the dark, can you tell me what it means? I lay my head on my pillow, staring out the window, trying to stop for a sign. It's the reason why you always on my mind. You come around like it's Saturday.
Good morning, guys. I don't even like saying good morning. I really be saying top of the day. So top of the day, guys, because yeah, that's how they start. But anyways, I got on here to say take the time. This was just like I'm going for a walk and praising the Lord, getting into starting my day off right. And I was just thinking about relationships and friendships and how we value one more than the other. As in, sometimes, okay, me personally, before I used to really value my relationship way more than I would value like my friendships and my family members. And it's like I see the toll, like not the toll, but the effect it had on my surrounding relationships, my outside relationships, outside of my actual relationship. And I just say that to say, take the time to value your friends and your friendships and your family members. And even saying this as a young person who's not married, I'm not telling y'all saying this to the married people, but y'all should value y'all friends too if you're married. But as somebody that's young and just experiencing different people, I say take the time to work on friendships more than relationships, because friendships are so important and they are just as powerful as partnerships, because that's a partnership too. Friendships are just as powerful as relationships. Your family relationships are more powerful than relationships when they're done right. Like when it's intention put in there, it definitely is a powerful thing. This is your bloodline. This is somebody, your family, the people God sent you on earth with. Like, if that makes sense, like these are the people that you were born into. So it's like, why not take the time to value your family members and relationships more than your family relationships and your friendships more than a relationship. And I'm not saying like just don't value your relationship, but I'm saying the same effort you would put into working towards a relationship and working with a person, work with your community, because that's how we build villages. Like, I feel like some point in time that got lost. Like, that's why families aren't like together as much, and like friendships aren't lasting as long, because it gets lost. Like, nobody values the friendship. Everybody values relationships way more than they value all the other relationships, platonic stuff outside of love. And love can mean so many other things. So don't be closed-minded to being open to love, because being open to love could mean anything. Being open to love could mean being open to love from your parents, your siblings, your friends. It don't always mean my hair. It does not always mean being open to love in a relationship. And I'm learning that. I've been learning that. Like, and I've been working on it. Just trying to like navigate through life and who I want to be in my life. And over these last 2 weeks, I've been learning so much about, like, because I've been hanging out with one of my old coworkers, like, and we've been building a friendship, and we've been cool ever since like I stopped working that job. So we've been cool for a little minute, and I'm coming to like realize, because for a minute I was very traumatized and scared to make another friend. But that's not doing me. That's a disservice to me of trying to hold off on friends, because I want a community. I want to have big family events and big family gatherings and even if that means my friends, because I want my friends to be around my family just as much as somebody would want their husband or their boyfriend or girlfriend, partner to be around their family and their families. Like, I want my friends' families to be with my family. Like, I want that big community because it's important. It's really important. And it's important to stick together and be together. Just as much as it's important to find a husband and a wife. So it's also important to find lifetime family members and lifetime friends. Because the world is... my phone was about to die. The world is scary. And God is amazing. And God can do it. I'm like getting off track, but you get connected, or another way to get connected to God is through people. And if you're only working on relationships, you're not gonna get real connected with God. Like, and I'm not saying like everybody gonna have a message for you, but they are gonna have a message for you. But everything happens for a reason. Like, I went skating yesterday with my friend. Oh, I'm out of breath, y'all. I haven't ate in like 24 hours. And I'm trying to wait till 12, but anyways, I went skating with my friend yesterday, and my arm hurt, and we met 2 other girls, and we met somebody else who like a girl who sells like shea butter, body butters and like lip glosses and stuff, like networking. And we met 2 other girls because me and her are trying to learn to skate. And so we met 2 other girls that also trying to learn to skate. And then we went over there to them, and it was like, we should start coming up here every Sunday. Like, boom, we just made 2 new friends just off of learning how to skate. But that's also God. Like, I've been praying and asking for friends that have the same interest in me, that also believe in the same things that I believe in, have the same core values that I have. So that's literally an answered prayer, because I've met people that want to learn how to skate like me, and they seem to be pretty cool. Now, I ain't gonna say that they're gonna be like my bestest friends, but that's a start. That's definitely a start, and it's a way for him to show us, like, I do hear you, and I do see what you want, and I know what you need. And he's never gonna steer you wrong. So if you're just working on a relationship, you're kind of steering yourself away from God, because he has the potential, but he doesn't have your mind and your heart to put you in places where you can meet other people. Like, and I also say this to say it's good to be single, because when you're single, you meet so many other people. You're able to network, you're able to make friends, and just, learn you and experience you. Since I moved to Georgia, I always knew that I wanted to start like skating, but I never had the friend group or the relationship to just go skating. Like, of course I went skating, but like, it wasn't serious. Like, the people I hung around didn't want to go skating. And this is just something so small, but it's something so big at the same time, because it's like, why am I not hanging around people that have the same interests as me? And when you sit in the season of singleness and isolation and just being with yourself and trying to learn yourself, you start to attract what God has for you. But you also start to attract what he don't have for you, what he doesn't have for you. But it's easier to navigate what's not for you. Like, meeting people that, if a girl would have came up to me, if a girl would have came up to me asking to be friends, but she does crack, and I'm not judgmental, not judgmental at all, but I just know you're not for me. Like, And that sounds like so crazy to say, like it sounds like the most extreme, but honestly, the way my mind was set up a couple years ago, I would have been like, you know, it's cool, I don't do it, so I guess it don't really have no effect on me. Like, she cool, she like to party, it don't have no real effect on me, so why would it matter? That's the type of drug she like, you know. But being connected to yourself and being connected to God, it helps you navigate that way. It helps you navigate who's for you and who's not for you, and it helps you trust him, trust who he places in your life. So just take the time to, one, work on yourself and be with yourself and value yourself and spend time with yourself, and take the time to spend time with God and value him and praise him. Praise is big. Praise and worship. I feel the most connected when I'm in praise and worship, and that can mean anything to you. My personal praise and worship is listening to music and miming. I used to mime. Well, I still do mime, but I don't live at home anymore. I don't live in Michigan anymore, so I don't mime with my mime group. But I definitely put on my gospel and mime, break down, and praise and worship. And of course, I pray. I journal. I talk to God. Me and God have normal conversation. This is me and God having a conversation right now. He's listening to me right now. I definitely spend my time with him, and I've been doing that more over the past 2 months. Like, I've always been with God, you know, praying, but I'm more invested in our relationship, in me and God's relationship. Like, when I start to feel certain things, I'm going to God. Like, you know how you would gossip to your friend? I'm not gossiping to God, but I'm definitely expressing my feelings and getting it off my chest of, this is how I feel, God. Like, I kind of need help. I'm asking for guidance, and I'm also asking for a listening ear, because I don't want to just turn to anybody. I want to turn to you. And when I don't feel like turning to God, and I know that sounds, it's normal. It's normal, because sometimes you don't feel like turning to God. Sometimes you feel like sitting in the bed and being sad about it. Sometimes you feel like being mad about it, and your thoughts is not, let me go talk to God, let me go write it down and pray. That's not always the first thought. But I don't go and talk to anybody else about it, which is, I'm not gonna say not healthy, but it helps me get to a point to where, okay, I do need to talk about it, but I don't really want to talk about it with somebody else. I would rather talk about it with God, because he gonna put it in my heart first before somebody else put it in my head, if that makes sense. But that's just my message of the day. Love God, value our relationship, value yourself and your relationship with yourself. You have a relationship with you, and everything else will come to you. And that is what I'm slowly but surely, gradually learning and attracting. Morning. That's what I'm starting to learn and get the concept of. And I'm proud of myself for that. And I want to share that moment with y'all, because I was having this like kind of epiphany of this moment. So, and I want to share that with y'all. My arm really hurts now, so I will see you guys in my next video.